can the US exert further economic pressure to force the Iranian regime to change direction? Because an Iran that has nuclear weapons, that is a frightening prospect for the region and for the world.
Definitely, you don't want to allow the Iranian regime to develop nuclear weapons. Imagine without the nuclear bomb, they are the head of the snake of war and terror in the whole region. And if they are armed with a nuclear bomb, that would really shift the whole situation, especially now that the regime has lost a lot of its clout in the region. Hezbollah in Lebanon, they lost Assad in Syria, and Shia militias in Iraq. The population in Iran are rising up. They have been doing it for the past several years. 9 rounds of major uprisings in Iran, people calling for change in all 31 provinces. So really, the only sure way of ending the nuclear and terror threat of the Iran regime is to end the rule of the clerics in Iran. And of course, that's the responsibility of the people of Iran and the organized resistance. That will happen. The Iran regime doesn't have the support of its population, no matter what they do, how many people they kill. By the way, since the Pezeshkian took office, over 1,000 prisoners have been executed. None of that is going to work. None of that is going to save a regime that is rejected by its own population and is facing a very organized, strong resistance against their rule.
Now, as you mentioned, Iran is a chief sponsor of terrorism in the region, biggest backers of the likes of Hamas and Hezbollah, to name just a couple. What would be your advice to the Trump administration in how to deal with this regime? Because we've seen the Democrats' policy of appeasement and diplomatic measures has not worked. It's only emboldened the Iranian regime. If you were advising Donald Trump, what would be your main piece of advice to him?
My advice to both President Trump, but also European leaders, anyone who's affected by this regime, is very simple. Now is the time. This is the time to end the rule of the clerics. And of course, that's the responsibility of the people of Iran. What the administration can do is to limit the resources to the regime. Don't give him money. Don't give him resources. Don't give him legitimacy. Hold Tehran accountable for their violations of nuclear weapons program, for their terrorism, but also for the killings in Iran. That's an important element, but that's not enough. The most crucial thing are those on the ground, those who want to bring about change. There's no need for boots on the ground. There's no need for even appropriating money. None of that is needed. The people of Iran have the capability to bring down the regime. They have a clear platform that for the future of Iran that is based on separation of religion and state, ballot box being the sole criteria for legitimacy. They want a free market economy, gender equality, freedom of religion, peace in the Middle East, and a non-nuclear republic Iran. So what would the United States do? You stand with them. You recognize the right of the people of Iran.
That's it. You stand with You stand with the protesters, and we saw Barack Obama fail to do that over and over again during his presidency. Alireza Jafarzadeh, thank you so much for your time tonight.